What's up? I'm Ryan Williams, midfielder from Birkenhead, England. Really enjoyed my time here last year. Phenomenal club, phenomenal fans. It was so easy to just come back and come into a familiar environment. I know all the guys, it's an unbelievable locker room. Last year I was an international player. This year I'm domestic because my green card come through in the start of March. It was pretty straightforward because it was an easy sell for me. I had a fantastic time working for the gaffer last year, and that's something that I really enjoyed and really thrived under last year. So, something I was super excited about doing. And I think if I'm being brutally honest, it feels like there's unfinished business. I think the way we went out in the playoffs last year on penalties, when in my opinion I felt we were the better team that day, that kind of left a little bit of a sour taste. And I think not just myself, but I think everyone, all the players involved with the football club, feel like there's a point to prove and want to go further this year. So to get the opportunity to come back and be a part of that was something I'm incredibly grateful for. But it's it's also something I want to repay the gaffer, repay the club for their faith in me.
Williams, very deliberate. Williams drives it in. It's loose and it's off the crossbar in. We're level at 1.
When I look back to that home playoff game beat Tampa last year, I get goosebumps. The crowd, the energy that they brought, it was something really special. And I think that's something the away team feel when they arrive at Keyworth. They know it's a different type of game, it's a different type of atmosphere. But when you're playing at Keyworth with them fans behind you, it truly is like having a 12th man. And it's something that not many players get to experience in their career. So that for me was just an amazing experience and a huge factor in me wanting to come back.
Not much of that stoppage time has come off, and it's a prime real estate free kick. Stricken at goal! Oh wow.
When I was 20, I was introduced to a guy called Bartek Silvestrak. He's a specialist coach who works on ball striking. So I worked with him when I was playing in England. We'd have Wednesdays off. So on Wednesdays I would train every morning with him, and I'd probably lash about 300 balls every Wednesday, to be honest. And I'd come in on a Thursday with a sore groin, and the gaffer would be going mental. But it was a really productive time for me. If you imagine over the space of 15 to 20 weeks, I've probably hit about 6,000 balls with this coach every week. We'd developed a technique. He'd record every shot that I'd done, and we'd watch it back, we'd refine it, and that was something that I really enjoyed doing, not just from the technical development aspect, but just from the theory side of it, of the way it worked. And once I kind of mastered that was when I started taking free kicks from the teams, and I got a couple of goals in England and various places, and that was just how it developed. Yeah, I think it's hard to get away from the goal against Houston from a personal point of view. It was my first start for the football club, and I think the manner where we were in the game, we were 2-0 down just before half time, and I think had we gone in that half 2-0 down, it may have been difficult to come back. But scoring that goal, I think it was a real lift for the team, and it was probably, even being honest, definitely one of the best goals I've scored in my career. And I think when you've hit that many balls, you know the connection as soon as you feel it. Like, I know sometimes if I hit the ball, I'm like, yeah, that's going out the stadium, But as soon as I hit that one, the connection was just right. Listen, I think one thing that the gaffer installs in us is taking it one game at a time. We never get too far ahead of ourselves. I think that was something that we done really well last year. When we were winning games, it was just back in training, focus on the training day, focus on the next training day, focus on the next game. I think if you start looking too far ahead, that's when things can unravel a little bit. The only goal that we have is every day is to meet the demands that the gaffer and his coaching staff put on us on a daily basis. And I think if we do that regularly, day after day, then ultimately them big goals will be achieved. So every focus is on to the next game. The new lads, I could see straight away, have settled in really well. It's an easy group to come into. There's a culture that's being set at this football club, and as soon as you walk through the door, you know what the standards are, you know what the demands are. But you can see what the new guys are bringing already. I mean, I think there's definitely been a huge injection of firepower and pace, but I think that's going to give us a huge variety going into the season, and I think it allows the gaffer and his coaching staff loads of tactical flexibility, because he's got so much depth and so much options to choose from, which can only be exciting for us as a group and as a team.